Alright, so as I am sure most of you guys already know, but the past 3 days have been really exciting for Tower Defense X. Because we had a brand new update which introduced a new tower, the Jet Trooper. Also we got a brand new quest system in the game. Other than these two things, we also got the very first look at the Nightmare mode. With this new huge announcement about the Nightmare mode, now we know that what towers are going to be released and which kind of enemies or bosses we are going to see in the Nightmare mode. Which is why I am making this video right now, because we have a lot of things to talk about. Before we start talking about all of these things, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. It helps me out a lot and thank you already. Anyways, let's get to the video now. So first of all, I want to talk about how big the update is going to be. From what the developers have said, this update is going to be larger than the Endless update. I know most of you guys already know, but the Endless update was like the first big update in the game. Because of that, it is very important for Tower Defense X. But when we know that this update is going to be larger than that, then I am so excited for it, man. There are going to be a lot of new things, I think. We are going to see a brand new game mode, and from what we know so far, this game mode, the Nightmare mode, is going to be the hardest game mode we have ever seen yet. Which is very interesting too, because so far we only had like some events which are harder than the Endless mode. Of course the Endless mode is also very difficult, but with the right towers you can just go to wave 200 very easily, and the towers we have in the game are just making the Endless mode very easy, which makes the game need a harder game mode, and that is going to be the Nightmare mode, of course. With the Nightmare mode we are going to see 3 new towers, the Refractor, the War Machine and the Behemoth. Of course 2 of these towers are going to be spawner towers. Those towers are War Machine and Behemoth. Behemoth is like, a better version of the Armored Factory, and War Machine is going to be the strongest spawner tower the game has seen yet. This is exactly what the developers were talking about a very long time ago. About the Refractor, it is going to be just like the Accelerator in Tower Defense Simulator or Phaser in Tower Battles. It is going to be very similar to that, but I don't think it's going to be the same, like the copy of it. We are already going to see the phaser in the game with the Tower Battles event part 2, but we have no idea about when that's going to be. But from what I am thinking, the Nightmare mode is going to release, then we are going to see the Tower Battles event part 2. If I consider all of that, I don't really know how the Refractor is going to be, but there is one thing I know, and it is that it is going to do a lot of DPS, like I think thousands of DPS. It is going to be stronger than Golden Juggernaut. Call me crazy, but that is really what I think, man. Next up, we have to talk about the new enemies. As you can see in this screenshot, we can see the Bombardier, we can see the enemy that was already leaked, but we don't know its name yet. Perhaps from what I am seeing, most of the enemies are deemed on red color, because the main color of the Nightmare mode is going to be red. I think you can guess that already. Anyways, man, enough yapping. We can also see 2 flying enemies in the screenshot. One of them has like basic propellers and the other one has like a drone. It does look kinda stupid, but I do like the design. To be honest, it looks like very unique and that makes me so excited. Perhaps I think they are going to be for the early game. Do you see that guy with like a weapon? I think it's going to be a new version of the ex-soldier in expert mode. It is going to be for the early game and it's gonna be able to kill all towers. So because of that, we have to be really careful. The medic is going to be very crucial for this game mode. I am really sure about that, especially for early and mid game. But for late game, I think we have to spam like so many towers. We are going to get like a lot of money. Of course, we can see some enemies which are going to have like, bullet resistance. For example, like we can see some armored enemies here. That is pretty much what I think about this screenshot. Next up, we have something which is more interesting, I think. As you can see, this is the Emperor. It is like an animation for it, and this guy The animation, everything is so perfect. I don't know, but this guy is just a whole new level. I do say that in like every video, but every time we get more leaks about this guy, I get more and more excited, man. This guy is like my favorite boss in the game so far. Trust me, it's going to be so iconic for the game. But of course, let me know your opinions about this guy in the comments. Anyways, next up, we got the Jigger. So this guy is going to be some kind of a mini boss, I think. Like, trust me, the face is like a predator, but it is kinda modified because it has like 4 arms, and from what I am seeing, his fingers can turn into weapons. Also, I forgot, but it also has some kind of a jetpack. Maybe it's going to spawn from the sky just like the avatars in the Endless mode, or it's going to be able to jump like the Distractor in the expert mode. I think some of the bosses in the Nightmare mode are going to be similar to the bosses in the expert mode, because the bosses in the expert mode have like very good features. But anyways guys, that was pretty much all we had about this video. I will see you guys when we get more information, so make sure to stay tuned. Until then, take care and peace.